Hey guys, this is Death Metal, and today we'll be reading a creepypasta for Halloween. It's called Deep Fear. Let's get started, shall we? Whoa. Alright. It took me a month to figure out the pattern it was using to kill us off. As fast as was Jack, who was found dead, lying face down and subvertated in his own bathtub. Yeah, that's right. His mother had been the one that found him. The poor woman. Her lifeless body was discovered a week later after companion from her apartment neighborhood. About, you know what, you guys, I'm not gonna do this. I'm gonna do my own scary story. I don't need this. This is bad. There. Alright. This story is about a kid with serial killer type items like me. Alright. My brother, we thought he was crazy. He was, but we didn't know he went insane. He's insane, yeah. I believed it after he killed someone. I couldn't believe it at first, but he did. I saw the body myself. He was in his room, face down, with a knife through his neck. He got sent to a insane asylum, but he escaped a week after. And explained those craziness. All this crazy started to happen after he fell down a mine shaft and came out with a gas mask. Only a gas mask. When I found out he escaped from the insane asylum, the people said to stay in our house, don't leave, don't let anyone in. So we didn't, for months, until one day they thought it was all over. They thought they killed the maniac itself. That same night, I went to my brother's bedroom to pack his things for his funeral. I saw something that doesn't belong, or something that would have belonged. His mask was gone off his shelf he kept it on. The gas mask he found after he fell. I felt a chill down my spine. And then I hear a laugh that sounded so familiar and so crazy like. I ran towards the source to find out it was nothing. It was just a playing trick on me. My mind was playing a trick, just like my own family. After a while, my mom, my dad, and myself were having horrible nightmares. Just horrible. We couldn't take it. My father left my mother a year after that. Yeah. And then we found our father a week later. The police found our father a week later, dead, with his credit cards shoved down his throat. We couldn't believe it, so we moved to California so we can get away from the madness. Minnesota was not a good place for this. We thought we would get away, but it didn't. It followed us. The nightmares, the evil that followed. When we got there, we opened up the box. We opened up boxes to unpack. We thought everything was alright. But when I opened up one of the boxes, it was the gas mask my brother had. And one day, was waiting in the bedroom with the gas mask in my hand. I heard a knock on the door. And then a scream. My mother screaming. I ran down to check on my mother. When I got there, there was a trail of blood coming down the stairs from the door. When I got to the door, my mother was hanging there by hangers, metal hangers from her bedroom, strapped through her neck, just hanging there. I just ran, couldn't stop until I got to the police station. Then I see lights behind me. I could feel the chills running down my neck as the car got near and closer and closer and closer until it got next to me. The window opened. It was an old man. An old man that was following me after I ran out of the house. He asked if he wanted a ride. He was going to take me to the hospital for looking like I was crazy. But when I got to the hospital, when he drove me to the hospital, they took me in, put me in the bed, strapped me down. When I was talking nonsense about my brother coming back and killing everyone, they didn't believe me, so they put me to sleep for a while. They strapped me down and put me to sleep. But I woke. I looked over to the bed next to me. It was a guy screaming, "Bloody murder! Bloody murder!" Just screaming it over and over. And then I look in front of me at the food, at one of those shelves you see on the front of your bed. There was my brother's gas mask sitting there staring at me, with a note nearby that says, "I believe you." And then I faded. I turned black. Nothing. I couldn't see anything no more. I woke the next day with the mask gone. But the person next to me was stabbed. Stabbed with all the equipment. He stabbed with all the surgical tools next to him. Stabbed. Dead. When the doctors came in to see what happened, they couldn't do anything. So they took him. Nothing. And then another patient came in about a day later. There was nothing happening, but he came in and he was all shaky. He was all twitchy, shaky, and it was nothing. He says he was in a car accident. Bad car accident. His wife died and her son. When the doctors left during the night, he woke me up. He says, "I got a message for you." He says, "If I don't give it to you, my family will burn in hell for all eternity." He reaches over and gives me a message and says, "Look beside you." When I looked, there was a knife hanging over me. A knife that was from my kitchen that night. And a mask staring into my eyes. "I love you. I will never let you go." And then he started fading. The knife pierced my chest. The pain surged through me. I was dead. Alright guys, that was my own creepypasta. I hope you like it. I'll see you guys later. And have a happy Halloween. Ha 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 ha.